Ну что ж, всем привет. Вышло вчера, вчера или когда там, вчера же вроде, да? Среда же у нас. Да, вчера среда обновом вышла, ну, праздничные, конечно, эти у нас. И вышла основная сюжетка. Так что буду проходить ее, в принципе. Не знаю, ивент это или нет, потом проверим после сюжетки. Так что приступаем. Вот это вот. Ну, сначала я, наверное, покручу эту женщину, потому что я ее, в принципе, хотел. Но проблема, зная себя, я, скорее всего, вряд ли, блять, ею буду прям пользоваться эффективно. Ну как, потому что у меня отряд как бы из говна и палок. Вы сами видите. Я, можно сказать, не по силам, типа, ни на одного ДД. Ну, типа, кто мне нравится, того и ставлю. Так что... Скорее всего, она у меня будет хреново, проще говоря, дамажить. Так что, да. Нет, я буду потом по приколу поставлю там Пэлу там или кто там. С небытьем там она увеличивает урон и так далее. Так что... Так что, как бы, да. Так что давайте приступим ее. Хотя давайте вот сейчас... Давайте ее... Я ее проверял, конечно, нормально, прикольно выглядит. Ну вот покажу, типа, вот. Прикол. Ну, типа, тут это кому нафиг не интересно. Выглядит прикольно. Поэтому я ее хочу выбить. Лор и сама внешность мне понравилась, так что я вот и хочу ее выбить. Так что да. Мышка просто охуительно. Просто можно нахуй всех послать, блять. Так, да. Прикольно просто. И прикол в том, что здесь два небытия. И поэтому она здесь и дамажит нормально. Ну, плюс еще сигнатурка у нее есть. Просто тут еще три типа небытия. Ой, два небытия. Из-за этого она и дамажит до хрена. Так что как бы, ну вот он. А у меня, скорее всего, она так дамажить не будет. Но как я сказал, я, скорее всего, попробую Пелу поставить. И типа того. С ней поиграть попробовать. Может, прикольно будет. Ну, сам персонаж мне, как я сказал, нравится по внешности. Поэтому я не хочу ее выбить. Это просто охуенная ульта. Просто просто охуенная ульта.
Will or what? We're just having fun.
Enemy target, enemy data secure. Network accessible. Time for a good old counterattack. Ready for another?
I weep for the departed. It takes a fall.
Перс просто охуенен, поэтому я и хочу убить. Как я сказал, по внешнему виду она мне нравится и по самому лору, в принципе. Ну, скорее всего, она будет у меня неэффективно пиздить, как даже на этом, блять. Так что, да, печально, ну ладно. Так что, давайте ее выбивать. Не знаю, где ее выбить, но я здесь ее решил выбить, так что, думаю, в принципе, пойдет. Я, в принципе, могу встать, где, типа, была последняя пизелка, не помню, где это вообще было. Типа я вообще не помню. Блять, а где это было? Вот тут, да, вот тут, скорее всего, было. Так что, по сути, либо можно здесь. Здесь мы ее тоже вроде встретили, самую первую, если не ошибаюсь. Либо в конце прям, где мы тут и остановились. Так что, да. Я не знаю, где ее. Давайте тут выбьем, либо нет. Здесь ее попробую выбить. Как это? В лучших законах, блядь. Выбиваем, где, где это, типа, место, ну, и так далее, такой видно. Давайте вот сюда, что ли, вот так ставим. Давайте выбивать. Круток я не помню, сколько у меня. Блять. Ну, да, все стерлось, да? 6 месяцев прошло, походу. Ну я по сути, у меня гарант 50/50, то есть его нету. Так что я по сути должен ее выбить, если даже проебу, потому что у меня 200 с чем-то круток. Я бы мог попробовать сигнатурку выбить, но что-то мне кажется, я не повезет, хоть здесь шанс ну шанс крутки больше. Ну что ж, давайте приступим. Покрутим ее. Ну давайте я скипать буду, а то тут кому это интересно будет. Мне бы по сути пела бы еще пригодилось, или новый персонаж для коллекции. Тут да, он тут есть. Вот и пела. Неплохо. О, Лего. Мне кажется, не повезет, но я надеюсь хотя бы нового персонажа именно из обычных. Потому что у меня гарант 50/50. Ну, ага. То есть, окей. И Даньхейн. Блять. То есть я ее, блять, пиздец выбил. Блять, Херон, ты чё? У меня еще 200 круток в запасе. Блин. Блин, и что делать? Давайте сигнатурку покрутим. Я ее здесь первый раз буду крутить, потому что в Honkai я ни разу не крутил сигнатурку. Так что давайте ее покрутим. Крутим ее. Это хуйня. Так, ну что ж, будем тратить теперь это. Вот это вот полезно, но я сигнатурку попробую выбить. Снова? Нихуя себе. Ну тут часто. Окей. Блять, вы чё? Да нахуй сигнатурку, давай это, да, вкрутить, блять. Ой, это хуйня. Так, и тут, по-моему, то ли гарант увеличить, то ли что, я не помню, сколько я там отключил. Так, и... Ну-ка. Да, вот и оно. Прикол в том, что если мне не... Прикол в том, что если мне не повезет, блять. Потому что, зная свою удачу, здесь 75/25, ну... Зная свою дачу, я скажу, что я не уверен. Давайте проверим. Дай сигнал, пожалуйста. Да, ну. Блядь. Пиздец. Удачливое место. Да. Так, Белла. С4.
Stay focused. Push forward.
Ну да ни хрена у меня не
We
пользуюсь.
mustn't
Ну,
cling to the past.
пусть будет.
We mustn't cling to the past.
А вот и херово. Нате сигнатурку. Персонажа. Да, тебе еще и, блядь, прокачивать нахуй. Крутить я ей, блядь, давайте снова, блядь. Далон я ей крутить не буду, но вот эту вот хуйню, типа. Мне, ну, блядь, я не хочу. Я этим не занимаюсь, можно сказать. Так что я оставлю вот эти вот крутки на... Вот эти вот крутки оставлю на хо-хо. Потому что я ее хотел выбить, но я ее не выбил. Потому что я в то время, ну не забросил, а забыл про вообще. Про это. Так, ну что ж, Херон есть, так что... В принципе, ее буду потом прокачивать за кадром. Так что да. А сначала будет у нас сюжеточка. Давайте сюжетку наконец-то будем проходить. Так. Привет, Авантюрин.
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time? Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An eminent... Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die? It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one.
The IPC is not the garden. And there are real limits to what they can Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally. I told you, I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC, you have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up. It'll just quietly float off like a... That's not fair, right? So then, friend. I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall. And to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to... Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family. So they'll be doing everything they can to... But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions. And that's why I need you. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice. And I get to put it toward completing my... Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to it.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but...
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan.
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant. He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something. That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine... But you're talking about real evil. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. As for the other questions... Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is but without a doubt, she's the most... I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same cult. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would... Two victims appearing one after the other. Two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape, if someone has chosen... It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. Come, this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost. This way. This is where we part ways. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality. But follow your heart, and don't be afraid. We all walk through this... hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the... I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an... Then... I've something private to take care of regarding that guy. What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet?
Is Himiko okay? So much has happened.
Better unsheath that blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
You're still alive. As are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind.
Choice.
The Taurus Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that...
Ranger, you'll tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never. We come from the fire, and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn. Burning forms the entire life of a fire.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn wide, but my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance?
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I. Emanator. You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword. Destruction is intense.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own...
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists. Just as you exist. Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void. The so-called...
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in...
A bottomless stream. Yes. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose. Perhaps... I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path I truly follow. May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world. I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
my time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but... Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond... He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny. However, you appear to be ignorant of this.
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not...
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that maybe I can help.
What reason?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions. I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that?
It's not yet time. I don't need help. But I can give you a suggestion. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only...
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never... What's next, then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan.
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral... I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way. But as you can see...
The so-called impossible is merely something that is... That's it. Before we split, is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
I knew it.
Hang on.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this, so I really envy you.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan.
I'm sorry.
Reality cruises on in serenity. Why, stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them.
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something.
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we...
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he...
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try...
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different.
All the while accusing that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acker...
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust...
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's...
this time we're playing the role of a real detective.
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the... Plus, this is the family's turf. As for that Aventurine... Well...
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't for... Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps.
So, you suggest accepting Aventurine?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their...
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting... You're like a broken record. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that—
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone.
Ошибись, сделаю прыжки завод. Блять.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Pennic. The existence of death will be covered up by the family.
Ну, я ответы буду скипать.
I'm just speculating. In any case, he's clearly a born gambler.
Aventurine said something that he accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without. It was a groundless accusation, which. Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to. However, I asked Don Hong back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation. You've met her many times now. What's your. That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger too, eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up. But I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead because aren't we supposed to be inside a... Whenever I see the grand... Yeah, of course. At times like this, we're so lucky to have everyone still having a great time out there on the streets. Aw, what a mess. But then I...
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now.
Among our current clues, the two murders that he witnessed, one thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life?
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things worth
focusing on.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together.
I will. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
Здорово.
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met...
Welt.
Is there something about my name?
First, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade. And
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this, so you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be... Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron. Those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penn... I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just... Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the... Is he okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
He's fine. Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the trail. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion.
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find...
By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? Because the conversation coming up will last for...
Нашли друг друга, блять. Блять, друг друга нашли нахуй.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation, she just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up.
Really? But I don't taste...
The guest rooms are charmingly minimalist, an aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well...
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12.
Well done, Dubra. Wherever they go.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted.
They sought refuge in the land of sleep. Children of the flame, this marks your...
She won't be necessary. I alone...
When have
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need. What happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact. It's like it's been erased.
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... No. Is this...
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time. But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet store, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable.
Oh. A phone.
A few days ago, the IPC made under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise Pruth. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several...
Sigonia. Sigonia. Land of rock, but not water. You promised us a land of honey. When you took his father, my child, I don't ask for a peaceful death. Otherwise...
Mommy! 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 The rain!
Rain.
It is raining! It's true! The worlders weren't lying to us.
Darling, listen. Such a lucky child. May the goddess Gaia keep your blood. Let your journey and your schemes. Welcome to this sad world.
Time to...
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much soul glow.
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There are...
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the ideal? To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. That's why I'm convinced that there...
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish... Besides Robin, there was... another...
2 murder cases? I told you this murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be... It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. What should we do? Let me think.
Incredible gambler. Have you...
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, if that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. But she died.
A complete and utter loss. Incidentally, there were eyewitnesses at the scene.
and the family, in their graciousness...
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. I'm starting to break out in
a probability. Yes, but if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, that man wants to see you again.
Who?
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a...
If it were the former, it would hardly befit...
Fine. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Well, without any further ado, let's set off.
We're here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place...
Fortress? I like this metaphor.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner.
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer.
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor. Hold your...
Let's take it in turns. You rest. I'll stand guard.
Это чё? Подожди, это испытание родной миссии. Окей. Чпок. Чпок. Хедрик. Хендрик. А, это новая локация, что ли? Да, новый лог, окей.
Hey, you two! That's a place of business.
I was requested by Mr. Sunday to bring him the suspect.
Oh, I remember you. Veritas Ratio. Your
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's nothing compared to mine.
Right, and as I mentioned...
That's because you can't see it. Like I say, only family can see the glory of the mobile night.
It seems like the idiocy...
A dead end?
The door is shut tight.
I mean, there isn't a door.
For security reasons, the family built the administrative site on the previous occasion. An attendant named Kona had...
Maybe we should do the same. Let's go and take a look.
Так, а мне, наверное, лучше тогда... Так, наверное, сделаю лучше. Если пидиться будем, конечно, здесь. Окей.
6 nightingales facing in different directions.
But are these nightingales?
They are.
How can nightingales be so huge? They look more like...
There are no eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales.
Туда. Тоже тут.
Just as I thought.
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I should offer you the chance to...
Really?
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, impressive.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter how grand the mansion...
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death.
Снова птичка эта ёбаная. Так, тут у нас заблокировано. Часики. Тут у нас проход есть.
Hold on.
Huh? What's wrong?
No, but this door...
My friend? Did you really?
It's a trial. You got to prove your worth to Sunday before you can... If I'm not wrong, we need to find a way to open this door in the hall or this place will be our...
Oh, an escape route.
Get serious. I've no time for games. Let's head back. The hint...
Wow. That's an enormous sandpit. I'd love to build a tall building for myself. Once I have enough savings. Oh, look. There's a noticeable gap in the map.
There wasn't a gap before. That man must have done it in...
Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have any trouble recalling what was here last time. Right, Doctor?
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Fine. Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
Found it. This is it.
Эти, блядь, загадки заебали. И чё дальше? Пу-пум. А куда дальше-то? Тут тупик.
Nameplate reads Gulliver's Arch. Well,
If I were you, I would shut my mouth. It's one.
Oh, this reminds me of one of those building toys. You know, with the... Oh, look. The gap is closed.
Еб.
Oh, good heavens.
Indeed.
Oh, Doctor, you're huge. Oh, actually, I think we could make this work for us. Just find a way to slip me into Sunday's collar. Oh, fine. It's just... Let's find a way to open the door.
Я могу обратно домой. Это тоже окей. Пиздец, конечно. Какой он большой, конечно, пиздец. Куда? Где? Что?
Hello! Welcome to the Golden Hour base mod. I am an Oak Soldier. I will be here to guide you through the tour of the base.
And tell me about the tour.
Hello! Welcome to the Golden Hour base model. I am an Oak Soldier. I will be here to guide you. Model. Happy to be Please look behind me.
What's up with that? Now the family's toys are trying to frame me? I didn't do a thing to it, Doc. Oh, capsule machine. There's no mechanism on the floor. So, I was right. These models have interiors that look exactly like the real buildings. The only difference is that no one lives in them. Funny that Sunday puts a miniature that makes him seem like a giant by comparison, right? Where he can see it first thing in the morning. Insecure much? Spend freely.
Conflict is hideous. Your end approaches. You impede me.
Oh, one of the fragments flew upstairs. I'll need to use the pinball machine to flick myself up there. But it's tough. Oh, great. Doc! I'll need your brain.
There's no need to yell. I can hear you. The pinball machine must be hidden somewhere. Finally, a moment of peace.
Show no mercy.
Test. Mediocre.
So you are afraid of me. Who's next?
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless. I will dispatch you. The fight is set. Your answers? Answer me. That paradise. Savor it for me.
Don't mess with me.
Failed to stand you. Follow my charm. You, it's thunder. A blade knows no mercy.
Who's next? I'll free you from disappear among the sea of butterflies. Illusions of the past. What a headache. I'll enter misery.
Test. I will dispatch you.
pleasant moments of solitude are always fleeting.
Я же поменял, блять. Ладно, пофиг. Да какой пофиг, блять, хп нету, ёпт. Быстро.
Oh, you're back. Just place it. Thanks, Doc. Oh, Ratio, you should come in here and take a look. The view here is breathtaking. Honestly, you could easily squash me with just a pinch.
If that is your wish, I will do so without...
All done. Piece of cake.
Это...
And the joyous tour of Toy City has come to an end. Makes me feel sad. Well, Penacony isn't all bad, right? I'll use this interesting experience as a talking point at the poker table.
It's a pity you made it out of the sandpit alive. Sunday is just
Yeah. Only I believe he's the one who should be
Tell me about your plan.
I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by ear. There are only...
Looks like sincerity isn't in your dictionary.
Am I not sincere enough? There's no need to emphasize it. We've got to make good use of death, and I'll help him find the murderer.
On what basis do you believe he's incapable?
Simple. Because that murderer could very well be... That was just an excuse, good doctor. There's something wrong with that woman. We need... Moreover, I need to know her identity. If I'm lucky. But honestly, the murder case is likely unrelated to her. I believe my standpoint. We'll see. If the chance of winning is just beyond this door...
Ah, the charming audacity.
3 chips are enough. All or nothing.
It seems my puzzles are too effortless for you, IPC Ambassador.
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of effort into welcoming me, Mr. Sunday.
Well, this isn't an invitation, but a summoning. Before we speak, I imagine this knowledgeable doctor friend of yours has been of great help.
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do.
Yes, the doctor has assured me of your noble character. He considers you like him. I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent, generous, and willing to cooperate. But there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet the wrong person and put yourself in.
You don't look too well. Am I making you anxious? If not, then it means I'm on your side.
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a serious accusation.
No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity, there's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice has been... Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. But don't worry, I'm on your side.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine. Since you're so selfless and generous, I believe...
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine. My liberty and the personal item.
The box in which the cornerstone...
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the preservation for an object so precious. It probably comes...
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking.
Mr. Aventurine, when you are out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest.
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. You should make sure I'm not the kind that takes risks. The cornerstone must be...
No room for negotiation.
Please, don't let me turn you down twice.
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function.
You compromised quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, it's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant. I can give you... The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for, what exactly is? Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make...
What have you done?
Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next.
And if I refuse to answer?
You can try, and we'll see if the harmony rejects you. Question. Do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads on. Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to you?
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted?
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes. You even know about that?
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own or another's mind?
No. Does it matter?
Do you love your family more than yourself?
Yes.
All the Avgins were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
No.
Are you your clan's sole survivor? Do you hate and wish to destroy this world?
I don't know.
Interesting. Now, the final question. Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine stone is safe and sound in this box?
О, блядь. Смысл? Не понял. Что за прикол, блядь?
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Aventurine. It's your last chance. Please. Are these what you're looking for? Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
What makes you think you can convince me?
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner who sees the...
In that case, you ought to realize that a competent scholar knows their position and wouldn't forsake more.
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that...
Cut to the chase. What do you...
I need Mr. Aventurine's comprehensive plan.
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone? You can't...
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united.
You'll have to speak more clearly than that.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Aventurine's...
You question whether he would entrust you with some...
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it, the more cautious I must be.
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should see a shrink. Bring it. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC seniors...
I appreciate...
Unfortunately, your guess is correct.
The golden stone. Its color and glow are similar to...
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 stone hearts and this golden statue is also known as Topaz, not Aventurine. And it belongs to Topaz. So, do you wish to confront...
Not at the moment. I'm more interested in...
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that...
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone, more precious than life itself, with a bunch of worthless jewels, disguised as a...
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter, and requests the gift money.
This learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. As for the villain, I hope it was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a blot of utter failure to your...
Ratio, you wretch.
Finally shown your true colors, huh? Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live.
You might as well explain your...
What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet...
Is this what the Harmony represents? But is it built upon constraint and coercion?
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent, but I have seen throughout these 17 system hours, you will be unable to escape the dreamscape or contact any of your companions. Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the eternal centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Sounds like a minute.
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge when the time comes. Compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to grant you...
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth? That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is a...
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can trade this. Off you go, Mr. Aventurine. You...
This meeting isn't an interrogation or a negotiation. It's an outright execution.
Why would I do that, Mr. Aventurine? I'm just wondering what a By the way, before you go...
What is it now?
Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
Kakavasha! Where did you go? Oh, are you...
I got it back, sister.
You went to look for them? That's too dangerous. I can't live without you, little brother. Promise me not to look for those...
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but I'm smart.
One? What happened?
I made a bet with them. The two birds in the desert and me. Who will die? They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't. I won fit.
Of course you'd win. You've always been a lucky child.
But that's no reason to push your luck by going up against those bloodthirsty, cruel cat... Look, this is just...
I'm sorry, sister. I thought you'd be happy.
It is important. But not as in pain and poverty are the trials of Gaiathra Triclops. You're a child blessed by Gaiathra Triclops and can lead the clan to happiness. So always remember to protect... Listen to me and swear...
Okay. But sister, if Gaiathra Triclops was really watching, then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, Dad went to the Catechins' land only to prepare... And where was Gaiathra Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Mom was still pleading for Gaiathra Sister, everyone praises me for being smart, but I don't get it. Then how bad were our sins? So much...
Excuse me. I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family archives. The photo you provided also does...
Just as I thought.
Are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? The equipment will monitor Please rest assured, your vitals are monitored in case of emergencies, allowing us...
Can I trouble you to access...
I apologize. The hotel does not have access. This information is...
Looks like nothing can be found.
At least we know who to look for next. We can thank you for your assistance, Miss Allie.
Fine? What does that mean? Is there something wrong with Miss Robin? The preparations for the Charmony Festival...
I'm sure. Sure enough, no one knows about Miss Robin, but that Miss Firefly is truly mysterious. She's also in the running for the legacy. How?
Is there any other way to enter a dream?
The Memo Keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people to comprehend. The hacker girl from the Stellaron Hunters used extraordinary means to unlock the
The Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron Hunters.
Who are you guys?
The Bravo team has arrived at their designated position, ready to execute armed evacuation operation.
Armed evacuation?
What do you know? It's more efficient this way.
Just help me. I spent all my year-end bonus on the stove.
Hey, check it out. That voice. Could it...
To all guests, the IPC will be conducting special operations.
I'll request a beating for you lot. You've been told. Take him back to the hotel room. I'll organize a meeting later to properly go over how this incident.
Miss Topaz?
Oh, long time no see, Astral Express crew. It's fine. Do as they ask and try to avoid any conflicts with the family. Report to me before. As you see, the IPC isn't very popular here on Penacony. Cordiality from the family is only a Aventurine who carries an invitation is allowed to attend the banquet.
No wonder Aventurine's scrambling to partner up with someone. The IP...
His situation isn't optimistic, I hear. You're all helping to investigate.
Thank you, Miss Topaz. We're on our way to the Hounds to verify...
Yep. They're tailing us right now. Why not go and talk to them? How does it feel to be in business with Aventurine? That's just his style. All or nothing is his motto. But Aventurine's luck has always been good. He's always... Of course. It's business. As for the two cases, apologies, but...
We're carrying out our captain's orders.
We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't have time for anything else.
So that's it. They were the pair who were after...
It's you again. Back from...
Well, spit it out.
So you know each other. Why do you... That's right. We're investigating a murder for the family.
Hey! The security officer instructed everyone to shut their traps. What murder? You'd better stop spouting.
That's right. We have nothing to...
Looks like they're not going to cooperate. But they did at least tell us that the captain is...
Why don't we just look for the security officer then? It's probably Gallagher.
Суки ебаные.
Such tight security. I bet they're stumped by the case as well.
Constructing dreams.
Gallagher.
Apologies. The Bloodhound family is running an Hold on a minute.
How much trouble have you stirred up exactly? You think you look alike? Wait, are you for...
Not possible. It was you the last time yelling about some clockwork friendship while... I'm not letting you get by this time.
Huh?
Hold on, sir. We have documents authorized by the family that would aid your investigation.
Who exactly is this
Gallagher you keep talking about? There've been a few
He didn't send you all?
It was the security
He'll do! He's the one we've been looking for.
Sorry, no can do. The boss said, everyone, please leave.
We're really sorry for troubling you.
Another way. That's it! Can you perform it again?
Блять.
Sorry, no can do. Everyone, please leave. Let me see what. Whoa! Time to clock out! And no.
What?
At least he won't be getting in our way again.
I was wondering what all the commotion was. Huh. Oh, so you're...
Hello, Mr. Gallagher, sir. Judging from...
Miss Himiko, you're too polite.
Mr. Gallagher, you even know my name.
Of course I do. You folks are from the legendary Astral. I had an encounter with this gentleman in the Golden Hour. I'm sorry.
This is also the reason why we've come to visit you, Mr. Gallagher. The Express can't just overlook the death of...
The Nameless, involved with the family.
Why? What?
It's nothing. On Penacony, no matter how much one resists the beautiful dream, when the time comes, they too will find it hard.
Mr. Gallagher seems to be...
You got it wrong. You want to discuss the case? Sure. Come with me. Even after that chilling tragedy, this dream is still running. Other than the family of the Harmony, it's...
The family itself is a huge, perfect build. Each member of the family sees themselves as a piece of the divine puzzle, revolving around a singular core.
Interesting analogy.
But the human body has its limits, and so does...
That doesn't sound like the kind of comment a galaxy...
Just pointing out the facts. Mystery...
Why do you say that, Miss Acheron?
The beautiful dream is crumbling. But not because of a particular eon, a particular faction, or a particular... As people immerse their souls in the dreamscape, where consequences... Also, this necrosis will diffuse and spread. What?
In the end, the dreams that people... I'm sure you've gained a lot from this trip.
Of course. Don't mind me. It's just a habit. Owing to events in the past, I've become...
Take your time.
That should do it.
The moment of daybreak. I've heard...
Behind the dreamscape's song and dance stand many imaginations. They say it will suffice. There I encountered a young woman who had just come of age. For certain reasons, her wish was...
Ладно, здесь ничего
This is what I've seen and heard along the way. Someone once said to me, Penacony wasn't like this a long time ago. Nor should it. I've traveled through the reality and dreamscape of the planet of festivities. Watched the tides of night rise and fall when time stopped for people. Where the spirits of the This is why I think the collapse of the beautiful...
There might be a way to change.
Perhaps. But if this is indeed the world that people desire, if this is precisely why life chooses...
Miss Acheron? No. There was a man from my homeland who, at a time when the world was grappling with, he wove together the dreams of everyone in the world, linking people's dreamscapes, and shouldered this burden himself. And since that moment, the giant stood between heaven and earth, becoming the pillar of the world's existence. They slumbered in a dream, devoid of disaster and pain, living out their days peacefully in the man's created utopia. And it is because of the wishes of those...
And yet, you stand here right now. Which also means That man failed.
Because people must always move towards the future. Even if human weaknesses make them pause when they truly cannot move. And that man, he was never a failure. Like Ed, he was the sun chaser of legend, soaring towards the sky. He ascended to heights uncharted, only to come face to face with the sun, a place not visited by anyone before. His wings, countless others would surpass him. So
A fitting metaphor for the Nameless's trailblazer. Thank you, Mr. Yang. I know what you wish to confirm. The universe has innumerable similar, yet different worlds. I too have embarked on journeys, encountering old friends with familiar faces on different worlds, even if not completely similar. The story you just told, I ended that man's life. Alone. I am not who you think I am. Nor will my home be as fortunate as your world.
I am sorry.
It's fine. I don't mind, so long as I can alleviate.
There's something I still wish to know, Miss Acheron. Under that...
Mr. Yang, before answering that question, I wish to continue the I like your analogy very much. Indeed, birds are born to fly. But in a distant past, their ancestors could only gaze at the sky in envy. They saw that faraway ray of light from above the heavens, piercing through the clouds and blanketing the earth. And so, time and time again, generation after generation, the birds spread their wings and took to the sky. Then, what if the last bird finally soars into the sky? Then why, exactly?
Да бери ты трубку уже, ёбаный рот.
Long time no see. Having fun on Penacony?
This voice, it's not Constance.
Though I don't know exactly what you are, or what you're up to, my bullets will find you. Until then, you best find a casket store on Penacony and ask...
Imposter? I see. She gave my whereabouts. Who are you?
Huh? Did I make a mistake?
I'm the Garden of Recollections.
Not bad. This is the kind of tough challenge I like. You that imposter's bodyguard? Never mind. It's fine.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know Acheron.
Are you asking me to...
Not quite. I only want to ask, how exactly... She's clearly not a pathstrider of the hunt, but you are, aren't you?
Sure. Well... I'll be on Penacony soon. Memo, that lady's past, well, is an emanator who should not exist.
Я походу знаю, кто он, блять. Его показывали в этих ебаных сливах, по-моему.
You look pale. Or as... I thought this was exactly what you wanted. After all, just tell me if you can't hold off.
So, the genius of the Council of Mundanites wants to be my undertaker.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure the people at the Strategic Investment Department would love...
Great. Then tell your people that Aventyrine is ready to go in 17...
Oh, you've got a lot of nerve. How exactly do you...
My conversation with Sunday convinced me that there's a traitor in the family. I even managed to recover the gift money. Things haven't gone...
Sounds like a very elaborate...
That's all I can say. Go. Do what you must.
That's true, but what's your plan? Did you conceal an orbital?
Well, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm handing out cash.
You are indeed a gambler. And it...
Maybe I am.
Fine. Here, take this. Open it when you're on your last...
What's this? Medical advice?
Съебался.
Asking me to solve a case without giving a single clue. How typical of you. Wing-headeds. But the way you're all on edge about that stowaway.
Что у нас еще по сюжету? А, тут еще... Ох, ёпта. Интересно. Что... Так, секундочку, мне нужно отлучиться. Так, я вернулся. Так, давайте закончим, наверное, серию. Чтоб, я не знаю, сколько, конечно, длится будет основная сюжетка, но... Давайте все-таки разделим там на несколько частей. Так что увидимся в следующей серии. Пока-пока.